Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. Trade your charts, not mine. All right, this is our only session today, so we'll do away with that. And I'm running behind. I haven't gotten all the charts marked up. We had a short out of the gate on crude. That hit target 2, so that's one and done. We get 14 ticks out of target 2. Money management's below target 1, so it was not an option. And we stop out for a single tick. And 15 ticks, one and done. Actually, that's going to mark up like this. So our actionable targets would have been 2 and 3. And that's what we had. William with a get in sync short. Coming up in a little over 2 minutes. Soybeans is flat. Unleaded. And it looks like we had the same trade. Looks like it went to break even anyway. Very similar trade to what we had on crude. Target 1 traders are done. Target 2 traders did not get an entry, the entry did not trigger. On the long, we did trigger the new short right there. That does go to target 2, so this is a power quitting trade for target 2 traders. Still trailing at 82.66. And the pound Aussie with a long trade set up. That was at, just before 9 o'clock. So that is in our trade window starting at 8:30. Minimum target 1. Target 1 in money management at 12 pips. Less than a minute. $35 seconds to market open. Micro Russell with a short trade now. The long trade is gone. It's a very small trailer, or rather, very small wick. I'd adjust that a couple of ticks to 0.57 since it came through by a tick. That's the one there. Make this 7. So 07 or 14 ticks would be 93. 15, so we need to move down 1. Yep. Yeah, 043. Market is open. YM went too far. We're getting a crossover on this bar on the micro Russell, so that will cancel the short. Looks like we may set up a long trade. Unleaded 82.57. There's our long. And there's the entry. Big trade. So this is going to be a target 2 for our first actionable rather than target 3. We've got a big long wick on this one. It's going to start trailing early. Yeah. 4 points to target 2. Target 1 is 2.5 points. Soybean still flat. YM still flat. Crude is done. I'm going to put unleaded up over top of that for the moment. We will have a 10 o'clock mini session. And mark up this trade. We're not going to get in it. It's gone too far. Like it's starting to trail already. Micro Russell is long. YM is long. $33 tick target 1 is plenty big. 20 tick minimum on the YM for target 1, or otherwise we'll move up to target 2. 82.51 for the unleaded stop. That's a power quitting trade for unleaded. There's money management on the YM. Stop will come up to 0.34. And there is we're starting to trail. So the risk is reduced considerably on, and there is target 1. So that is our money management, our level for break even. We'll come to 10.2. Stop moves up to 10.9. Approaching target 2. There is target 2. So our target 2 in hand. Our last fixed target goal is target 3. Trailing at 12.3 now. Target 3 at 15.6. This micro NQ trade is continuing to push down. Nothing we can do with that. YM got target 1 and is trailing at 0.54. 20 ticks on the trailer now. Micro Russell stops out. Didn't quite get up to target 4, but it looks like we got a little over two points on the trailer times 2 positions. YM pulls back and now bounces up again. 68, 0.68 for the trailing stop. Pound Aussie getting close to target 1. That would be 12 pips. First trade there. And we're still 45 seconds away from our start time on the micro NQ. And that is a valid long trade for the moment. Still valid because it did not hit the entry. There's a possible long on soybeans. Start to say I would move that up to 21.5. Get it a tick above the session high. Everything's kind of slow this morning. I don't know why. Volume on crude was really low. Soybeans, as you can see, there's session open yesterday. Right there at 8 p.m. All right, we're still too early on this short on the micro NQ. And going through all three of its targets and trailing again. So micro NQ pushing down hard today. Micro Russell in a short trade. This one's got a little bit of a wick to it as well. It's big enough for a target 2 move. I'd go to 14.2 for the stop. Give it a tick around the session open. Target 1 on the Pound Aussie. That will move up to target 2. 12 pips in hand. And our stop will move up to 19.2. Or I'm sorry, 192. Unleaded still trailing down. Setting a new session low. There is our first trade of the morning on micro NQ. Money management. So break even trade out of the gate. YM stopped out all the way up at 097 from 033, 64 ticks plus 33 is 97 ticks for the morning. Since we will have a 10 a.m. crude mini session, I'll move unleaded over there, over the YM. Starting to trail on the micro NQ. Target 2 in hand. And stop out. 95, 97.5. Nope. Survived by a tick. So looking for target 3 now. All right, we got a reduced risk. That's still a loss on the micro Russell. Started to trail, but didn't quite get to break even. And target 3 win, and also target 4 on the micro NQ. Trailing position still in play at 614 flat. So we get a win and a loss on the micro Russell. Target 2 on pound Aussie. So this is going to be, this is a power quitting trade. Next goal is target 3. $12 and $19, 31 pips in hand. Stop is still at 192, although it's going to move up to 194. Potential short trade on yeah. Potential short trade at 17 flat, but it's still only a potential. Looks like our cross is happening right now. Cyan line crossing below the yellow line. That will give us the trade. That's the confirmation that the counterpunch trade needs. The white trade. We did stop out on the trailer on micro NQ. So all 3 targets and a solid trailer. Now we're short. Unleaded still trailing down. And target 3 in hand on the pound Aussie. Stop at 194. Final target, fixed target is target 4. And we got to move up a little bit more before we get, balance line's got to come up a little bit more before we're going to move from 94. And we get a break even on the micro NQ and then transitioning to a long. So we have a win and a break even. Standard size trade here. Target 2 is at the session open. Sorry to say, that's an avoidable trade on the long side of micro Russell, and we're now in a short. And that's a full loss on the short. So the win, small loss, full loss. Target 1, money management on the micro NQ. Pound Aussie reaching for target 4. Unleaded. 8201 for the stop. And we did get our we got our short setup, but we moved down through it, haven't come back up to the entry. So at least at the moment, that is a get in sync. If we hit target 1, which is money management, that will take that trade off the table. Still valid, not by much. All right, long trade on the micro Russell hits money management. And a break even. So 2 break evens, or no, 1 break even, 2 losses and a win. 4 trades. Now that one needed to go up 1. So it was 14.2. $81.96 for unleaded. Still trailing. 82.84. So we're like 88 ticks now to 91. 93 ticks. Break even and now short on micro NQ. That's also hit money management and target 2, so that's a win. There's the target 2 win. Trying to keep up with things this morning is a little tough. And we go key. That's going to be an intra-bar break even. I have win, loss, loss, break even, break even. 5 trades in, one more trade to go on the micro Russell. Stop and reverse at 609, I would say. 608 and a half, 609 and a half. Actually, that's in the positive territory, so I'd reverse at 608 and a half. Either one would have reversed. So it's a very small win. And 3 points times 4 positions, and that's a full stop out. So we get a full loss there. So yeah, win, break even, win. No, actually that's a break even. 2 break evens. Then we win on the short. That's right, the short was a win. We did get a target 2. 2 wins, 2 break evens, and a loss so far. So 5 trades there as well. There's a possible 6th trade on the micro Russell. One tick to get to our 14 tick minimum there. We're coming up to our entry on Chase Ticks took over. So yeah, we just hit the entry on soybeans. If soybeans is short, we did not get down to money management. Unleaded finally does stop out on the trailer. The trailer had come down to 182 from 284. 102 ticks on the trailer. Target 28 ticks on target. 130 ticks on the trade. 2 ticks on the prior trade. So 132 ticks on the day for unleaded. And there is a 6th trade for micro NQ. Short trade with a fair size wick. Target 1 big enough? Yes, it is. So money management and target 1, same place, and that's going to be a stop and reverse exit point. I'm going to give it a 1 point from the entry. Yeah, let's make that. Let's do a 1.5, make it 601 flat. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there it is. And we do stop out ultimately there. 2 wins, full loss, a small loss. And a couple of break evens. And micro NQ is done. So we'll bring unleaded back. Unleaded is done as well. Bring it back to where it lives. We did get target 4 on the pound Aussie. 26 for target 3, 32 pips for target 4. It's 58 to 31, 89. 89 pips in hand. We're trailing at 203, which was target 1. That's 12, an additional 12 pips at this point. So we're going to have at least 101 pips, and we just moved up to 204. Make that 102 pips. All right. We got a final break even on Micro Russell. So that ends that session at 6 trades. YM went positive. Crude was positive. Positive unleaded. Nicely done. Target 1 traders got out with a small win on the initial trade. Second trade was a big winner for target 2 traders. Soybeans is short. Ten ticks to target 1. And coming back up to the entry again, looks like. We got the 10 o'clock crude mini session. We have soybeans with its first trade, and we're trailing on the pound Aussie. Everything else is done. Busy morning this morning. Pound Aussie looks like it's about to move up to 208. I think that'll close above the balance line. 218, so it's going to be, nope, it's not going to move up. If it closes down, it's not going to move. It's going to close below the balance line. No, I'm sorry, 8 pips. Yeah, it's going to close right. Yep, it did move up. Closed just above the balance line. So we do move up to 208. Balance line sat at 10.3. And we closed at 10.8. Yeah, half a pip above the balance line. It still moves the stop up. So that was a 4 pip move. Brings us up to 106 pips on the trade. All right. 10 a.m. crude mini session coming up in less than a minute. Yeah. No, a minute from right now. There we go. So in our 10 a.m. crude mini session, Pound Aussie moves up again, 209. 107 pips. There is a reversing trade. We'll take that as an exit point. 212. That gives us 3 additional. And 110 pips on the trade, and I believe, yep, it did stop out. Did exit there. So we are done on the Pound Aussie. 110 pip session, one trade. So we have soybeans and the 10 a.m. crude mini session. So this will go from where we are now. Looks like we have the potential for a long trade. A couple more. Need to close this bar up and one more up bar. All right. Crossover filter keeping us out of the long on crude. Oh, that's right. We were still within the trade window on that set of exhaustion dots there. Just peeked over the balance line, but crossover filter keeping us out of that. Soybeans is still short. All right. Okay, soybeans making a push. Well, tested close to the 20 SMA, which is the trend indicator. Slow progress at the moment on both charts. All right. Soybeans is short. Crude is flat for our 10 a.m. mini session. Everything else is done. Crude in the top center on Spotlight. Soybeans lower right on Counterpunch. We're about to get another filtered long trade on crude. Yeah, new set of exhaustion dots. There it is at 59.03. Target 1 on soybeans. So that will be a one and done session for soybeans. Slow session, took a while to get there. Triggered in right there. Somewhere 946, 947 time frame. 16, 17 minutes into the session. Almost a half hour later, hits target 1. So come to break even there. That's going to be 16 and a quarter. Our entry was 16 and a half. Chase tick's moving us down a little bit. Micro Russell and Micro NQ are probably going to be, pretty much break-even sessions today, it looks like. Very small wins or very small losses. I'm not going through the numbers specifically. Pound Aussie was a solid winner. YM was a very solid winner as well, unleaded. Target 2 had a 102 tick trailer. There's the magenta bar indicating the 8th bar after the crossover. The calculator won't do this, but you can treat that as a get in sync. And it just hit the entry, so I would say that's a valid trade. There's target 2. Target 1. Money management. Stop is down here at 79. And the entry is there at 03. We'll have to track this one manually anyway. Slow movement on this final two charts. Good time for questions. Okay, crude making its way, making a move. YM with a big move up, as is the micro Russell. Let's see what micro NQ looks like. And micro NQ is still not sure which way it's going to go. Soybean stops out on its trailer, so it is done. 10 ticks on target 1, 3 additional positions, 1 tick each, 3¼ points. 1 and done. pretty big risk on that one. Yeah, risk was 20 ticks, so that would have been 20. On a 4-position trade, that would have been $1,000 risk. But we end up with a $312.50 profit. And we did pick up money management. And stopping out. So we do get a break-even trade on crude. No target, so we will look for another trade. Actually, that's the only chart still running. So let's see where we go from here. Just the one chart, 10 a.m. crude mini session. Top center. Blow that up since we're not looking for anything else. Been a noisy morning. And not a very active one. There is the session open. Right there. This session break. 6 o'clock yesterday evening. So it's been kind of an upward drift, and then we got the down move. Now we're coming back up into in moving averages, reversion to the mean, it looks like. Keep this at the regular size. Just keep an eye on the, see what the market is doing. Micro Russell pushing back up toward session highs again. I am trying to get up to the session open. Micro NQ. About halfway between session low. In fact, it just set a new session low. And now it's about halfway between the session low and the session open. almost a 200-point range in the micro NQ. A little less than 1%, actually about 0.8%. Soybean shows a long trade. We have met our goals, our quitting goals, so we will not participate in that one. All right, looks like we've got we're overbought. But this is going to be a trade off the 20 SMA. We get a close up and be at 26. And the stop is going to be at 58.99. If we get it. All right, now the entry is going to come down to 63 or 23. No, I'm going to leave it at 26. I know that quarter is one I don't really want to mess with. So it's going to plot. It's going to plot at 23. Actually, lower than that. It's going to plot it at 21. So I will come down to that. Yep. Entry at 21 if it closes up. And that's where the bar will close. And there is the entry at 21. And triggers in. Targets at 42 and 34 and 42. Money management at 32. Stop at 58.99. Crude moving up. Micro NQ moving up. Still about almost 30 points below the session open. There's money management. 59.32. And we'll come to 22 for the stop. This will be the second money management trade, so this will be the final trade of the session. No losses, so we will be positive. 2 ticks on the initial trade. That was the filtered long trade. And now at least 2 ticks on this one. Target 1, so Definitely going to be a power quitting. 13 ticks for target 1. Trailing at 22. $42 for the target, or target 2. Session high just before 9 o'clock. A couple of session lows down here. 10 minutes before 10. So an hour and 15 minutes. Or no, not quite. About 45 minutes. We'll go from the high to the low. And now we're coming in. There you go, right through target 2, and we have a new session high, 59.50. That completes the trade. 13 and 21, 34 pips, or 34 ticks, to go along with 2 ticks on the first trade, 36 on the morning, or on the session. 2 winning sessions, and that is definitely a winning day. All right, any questions? Questions or comments? This is our last session for this week. We'll come back next week. Let's see. Pearl Harbor Day is Sunday, December 7th. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor plunged us into an active role in World War II. That will do it for this week. Regular schedule next week, as far as I'm aware. I don't know of anything unusual. We'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S., for our regular sessions, and a crude oil inventory session at 10:30 on Wednesday. So everybody have a good weekend, good trading tomorrow, and we will see you tomorrow and Monday, and we'll see you on Tuesday.